Hi everyone, it's Kristina from Kristina's Art Corner. How is everybody doing today? Today I wanted to do a short introduction to the video we're going to do for today. I am going to destash or unhaul the rest of the books that I've already set aside. There's probably close to 100 in this batch, so we'll do a top-down view here in a couple of minutes. But I wanted to go ahead and address where these books are going. I have an art therapy mental health outpatient center nearby where I give my books that I am no longer working in and some supplies. If I have any extra, then I go ahead and give those to them as well. That is the majority of where the books are going to go. As far as the rest, if you find that you are interested in one of the books that I show today, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments. If there's a multiple interest in a book, then I'll probably just put it in a spin wheel, and whatever it lands on, I'll do that on video so you can see it's on the up and up, and that's who the books will go to. There's a couple of them from my Korean, and there's Shmoo. There's a couple from my Korean and Japanese book unhaul that I have already promised to some people. Those are already pretty much spoken for, but for today, Shmoo, would you like to say hello? You can. Say hi. He's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gonna let me get through this video and then I could give you a treat? Because you got some glowy eyes back there. It's kind of creepy. Okay. Maybe if I block him. Anyway, so if he lets me get through the end of this. So I think that's the best way moving forward is show me the interest that you have and then we'll go from there. I hope that you do enjoy a flip through of all of these books. It will take me a while to do so, but I do hope that you enjoy it. It's really good to see you guys, and let's go ahead and look at some of these books and see what I've got. Hi everyone, I just gave you an intro about today's destash, so I think I've gone over everything. The only thing that I did not cover is that I'm going to do a Google form and put that link in the description. If you can fill out your full name, the book title illustrator you are interested in, and I'll have several lines for that. I would like to limit it to your top 3 books if you could. That way I can put these in a spinner wheel if I have multiple requests for the same books. And the way that I'm going to start out is with our larger books first. We have our 8.5 by 11s. We have all of these books here that I'm going to keep to the side here. I'm going to do all 8.5 by 11s, and then we're going to go, I think, pretty much in order of size. I have 3 coloring heavens that I am destashing, and this one in particular is the Creatures of the Night special, and this is designs by Sarah Richter. I have her other artist books, so I don't need this coloring heaven book, but there are beautiful illustrations here. Very, very cool. Of course, you have the coloring heaven paper, which I prefer to have the artist grade paper myself, but these are fantastic illustrations. You could also copy them onto better paper if you choose, but there's a lot of really cool images in here. That one's really neat. And then there is some grayscale in here. And then there's some Halloween. And they're named, of course, to the left. So you have the Reaper's Cat. So that is what this one is like. It's Creatures of the Night special by Sarah Richter, 40 exclusive dark design. The next one is Holly Hobby. I was getting this for nostalgia, but I don't think I need to keep books in my collection that are just nostalgic, but as you can imagine, it's Holly Hobby. And let's see, it says HH Illustrations. Let's see what else I can find. It's not giving a particular illustrator. I was just checking that to be sure. So we have really, really cute illustrations. Holly Hobby. Some of them have words. Take time to smell the flowers. So very cute, whimsical style. Holly Hobby. And then here are some grayscale with the patchwork dress. So you have a variety in here of line art and grayscale. Very cute. Very sweet. So that is Holly Hobby by Coloring Heaven Collection. The next one is Fairytopia by Mystic Art Mirrors. Excuse me. I do have quite a few of the artist version Mystic Art Mirrors, so I didn't think that I needed the Coloring Heaven one. Again, I'm trying to cut down duplications. So this is one way to do it. Mystic Art Mirrors has beautiful illustrations. Got the majority of my books off of Etsy. I have colored one. This was some early coloring. So there's one there that I did. I can tear that out if somebody wanted, or keep it in there. It's a pretty poor representation of my coloring now, but hey, we all started from somewhere, right? So you get the idea of what you're going to get out of this book here. It's lots of girls. They are very cute. Cute images. And there's a grayscale and another grayscale. Very sweet. Fairytopia Special 40 Stunning Designs by Mystic Art Mirrors, including 9 exclusive. Okay, going along with that theme, I had purchased Ocean Dreams. And this here is signed by Kristin Glorious Ink and Mystic Art Mirrors. And so we have good paper in here. Got a cardstock. It is smooth. All ocean themed. Very cute. Oops. Nice dark line art if you like that. She dreams of the ocean late at night and longs for the wild salt air. That's Ocean Dreams Coloring Book, Mystic Art Mirror. Okay, the next one is a landscape. I got this off of Etsy. It's a vintage, not Etsy, the direct website, I believe. Vintage sceneries coloring book with mysterious and nostalgic illustrations by Elvira Polakowska. And it's spiral bound and also I was about to say dotted, perforated. And there's various mansion, castle themes, beautiful landscapes. It has hard cardstock. It's also textured, it's not smooth. So watercolor would go in here nicely. And there's a castle with an octopus with a boat in here. Northern Lights, it looks like. Library scene. So yeah, it's a pretty book. It was in my shelf, kind of turning up in the corner a little bit, but that should flatten out for you. Here, let me read the back.
A coloring book with detailed, beautifully hand-drawn sceneries where reality intertwines with fantasy. High-quality, heavy paper is suitable for various coloring techniques, watercolors, gouache, felt pens, crayons, pastels, and Elvira Polakowska, an architect by education and an illustrator by profession. And here was the website here. Super cute, just not one that I'm keeping in my stash. Now we're going to move on to some Creative Haven books. First one here is by Angela Porter, Fanciful Birds. These are all perforated. And they are very cute designs. If you like birds, I'm sure you will love this book. The line art is a good size. There are some that are more bold. It is a very cute book. But my thought process is, for instance, I have the Mythographic aviary. So in other books that have birds in them. And so this just wound up being a duplication of sorts, even though the style is different. I'm just trying to narrow down themes, duplication, that sort of thing. Here's some cute little squares with little birds. Some have little words. This one's funny here. So you get the idea. Lots of birds. And Angela Porter is the illustrator. Creative Haven. Next one is the Entangled Starry Skies. I had really wanted these books. This is Angela Porter as well. I really wanted to get into these books. I just didn't. And I love Zen Doodle type art. It's funny how your mind plays tricks on you, because when you go through a flip through again, you're kind of like, oh, maybe I will keep this one, because I see a lot of Space Timber opportunities since we did our first Space Timber. Thank you to Soraia Colors. Yeah, on Instagram and YouTube. Look, quite a few. Of course, it's Starry Skies, so it makes sense that there's a lot of Space Timber themed items. And I'm sure you all are used to the Creative Haven paper. So that kind of gives you an idea of what's in the Entangled Starry Skies. And it is beautiful, the cover. The next one is Eerie Entangled Art Coloring Book by Angela Porter. Here's a Halloween themed one. More Halloween. Oh, look how tiny those are. Super tiny. Several Day of the Dead type pictures, skulls. You get the idea. This is Eerie Entangled Art. The next one is Entangled Landscapes. I tried one of these with Sherry Dennewitz and I just absolutely bombed out. I had a pen spillage on the page, so I think I've taken it out. Let's see if, yeah, it was here. It is a very, very detailed book, and you should look at her Instagram, Sherry Dennewitz. It's, yeah, it's super detailed, and she does a fantastic job of doing it. This one says, note to self, I am enough. That's sweet. I am getting ready to turn 53 this year, and I'm struggling with my eyeballs. I do have some readers with my prescription in them, but I believe I need a new script because it's not doing well enough for me. And just look at all of the detail. And I have a bunch of fine liners. the amount of time that it would take me to do this justice the way I would want to would take up a good full week of constant coloring. But it's a beautiful book. If you like Zen doodly detailed books, you'll love this one. Just make sure you know it's extremely detailed. That's the only caveat to that. Entangled landscapes, and this is Angela Porter as well. It's insanely intricate. The next one by Creative Haven is Butterflies, and this is Marjorie Sarnat. These were the two artists that I would get Creative Havens. Of course, we're going to have the theme of butterflies all throughout. And these are spaced out better, so not as intricate as the others because they're not an entangled series. It's a beautiful little elephant. Again, I have books that cover butterflies. This is a good space timber. Look at this beautiful unicorn. Yeah. Very, very cute. Look at this one with the artist palette. I think you could do a lot of great things in this book. This is Butterflies by Marjorie Sarnat. Make sure when you put in the Google form, if you're interested in any of these books, the book title and illustrator. So I'm taking the time to let you know. This one is Fanciful Sea Life by Marjorie Sarnat. I have a turtle, dolphins, an octopus. I have a sandcastle, dolphins and a swordfish. Message in a bottle, love finds a way. This is a very cute book. Here's some that have some black already done. Walruses. So that's Fanciful Sea Life, Marjorie Sarnat. This one I had recently gotten, The Haunted, and by Angela Porter. This one came out in 2024. It has a lot of fun and spooky themed pages in it. I have quite a bit of whimsical art already. Not that I won't purchase others in the future, but I figure since I'm getting rid of some of my Creative Havens, I better look at all of them. I have kept some and I'm destashing some. But this is great for Halloween themed monsters. Here's some darker art lines. There we go. So some of them are lighter, some of them are darker. Sorry if you can hear my dog Shmoo. He is outside at the moment protecting our house. Just going to the restroom actually. So that was Haunted by Angela Porter. The next one is not coloring haven. So we have a book, The Fairies of Toadstool Lodge. And this is 30 line art illustrations by Leslie Smithingale. 30 hand-drawn illustrations. And she's from Queensland, Australia. This book belongs to Paige. And here is what these look like. They are cute illustrations, but I found it very light. It's almost like a gray ink in here. So that can be a good thing or bad depending on what you like. There's some black background. And she's small here with some animals in the forest. I wasn't terribly fond of the faces. but there's some flowers. Let's see. Okay, this one goes this way. Here's some frogs. Here she is with a mushroom umbrella. There's a unicorn page. Very whimsical. Very cute. Just not one I'm keeping. Here's some of the illustrations colored. And of course there's this one. So if you're interested in the Fairies of Toadstool Lodge by Leslie Smithering-Gale, let me know. So the next one we have is the Enchanting Fairies coloring book. And this is Margaret Tarrant. And in this book, let's see, this was a 2023 edition of the publishing. Wonderful imagination of Margaret Tarrant. She's a greeting cards illustrator. And here you have the image on the left and already colored. And then you have this here. Now it's a smooth, better than Amazon paper, but you do have double-sided pages. So if you used alcohol markers, you would mess up the image over here. So we have various fairies in here, and they are really cute. And you can get some really nice, there's a lot of muted colors in here. I'll tell you what might be nice is that Harmony set by Castle Arts. Pencils. I don't have them, but I know they're muted. And it gives a title to each one, like there's the Hairbell Ringer, Fly Trap Rescue. I do have quite a few books that are like this, so I just chose out of the ones I absolutely had to keep. I do love fairies as well. It's a favorite of mine, fairies. But I'm willing to give this to someone that loves them too. So you get the idea. There's a lot of illustrations. Here's bright pinks and blues. It's a gorgeous book. The illustrations are fabulous. So this is Enchanting Fairies coloring book. And again, it's Margaret Tarrant. Exotic Kingdom by Marty Woods. Now I believe I got this from Etsy. She's a self-taught doodle artist from Malaysia. And this is from 2016. It's Marty Woods is the illustrator, and it's also perforated. This has nice thick paper. And you have doodle type illustrations. And again, it's called Exotic Kingdom. Got some birds and flowers. Butterflies. A dragonfly. Got some landscape and portrait pages. Oops. There you go. There's a full page. If you like the Zen doodly type of style, this is a really nice one with good paper. Y'all, I'm not super fond of coloring flowers, and so that's also what determined my decision on this one. Oops. Leaves and flowers, they're just not my fave, and part of that reason is that I just never learned properly, and I have several other books that I can continue to teach myself, so I can let this one go. Here's a lizard with flowers. So you get the idea. There's a seahorse. There's a fish. There we go. Exotic Kingdom by Marty Wood. Next one is a Cristl Vogls. And I'm going to get out her other books that are not in the same size, just so that I keep illustrators together. Cristl Vogls. And let's see, how am I going to say this title for you to remember? Okay. Das Krater Elfen Mabuk. And I'm sure I have really messed that up, but I'm going to leave it there for a couple seconds. So when you're filling out the form, you can get the title in there. This is a little larger, it feels. It's like 11.5. Yeah, it's a little narrower than, yeah, it's a little narrow. It's like 8 by 11.5. So these are gorgeous illustrations. The book is sewn. Is it sewn? No, it's stapled. It's stapled and it's kind of peeling up a little bit, but beautiful illustrations in here, of course. You know, Cristl Vogls style, but a larger version. And they are really cute. I believe I got this off of Etsy. These are a little cute. Oh. And here's one colored. So cute. Gorgeous. Could have been Etsy or eBay now that I think about it. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let me see. 2021. I think I got it in 22 or 23. 22 probably. End of. So adorable. And she's from Sweden. So there's the Das Krater Elfen Mabuk. I know I'm ripping that name apart. Okay. And then I have two other Cristl Vogls. I kept one that I have, and this is the top series, and this is the Osmelreis, and forgive my pronunciation, Abentur der Blutenelfen. Oh boy. And so we have our how-to color in the beginning and these gorgeous pages here. And you have both sides to do if you like. Nice flowered edge there for you. I'm sure many of you are familiar with these books. They are super cute. I did keep one. I'm trying to get out of my complete set syndrome. I will do that with a couple illustrators, such as Kirby Rosanis, Hanna Karlzon. Yeah, that's it off the top of my head. But these are adorable, delicate, very sweet illustrations to color animals and flowers, and just very sweet. This one is very, very sweet. I love this one. So that one is this one, Abentur der Blutenelfen. And then this one is the Der Weihnachtsschwitzel. I don't know. Wichtel. I think this is the Christmas book. Again, it's by Top. We have good paper in here. How to in the beginning. And then I have not even broken this book in, so I'm not going to. But lots of really sweet, wintry, Christmas type images in here. Look, this one's so cute. The collector in me is struggling, just so that you know. The collector is struggling. Like, I want to keep them, but I don't need to. I have plenty of books to color in. So you've got the winter theme. They're in coats and jackets and doing winter things inside and outside. That is this one here. Okay. Welt der Weihnachtswichtel. My international subscribers, you're going to correct me, I know, and you should, because woof, well, it's hard to pronounce those things. I got this book, L.L. Winston, Travel the World Coloring Book for Adults. 50 coloring pages for mindfulness, anxiety, and stress relief. And it's Amazon paper. It was copyrighted in 2023, and it goes through all the major cities around the world, and you can color them. But you would need pencil if you're a pencil colorist. It is a fun book. It's 11.5 by 8, so it's similar to the other Cristl Vogls book. But you've got Madrid, Budapest, Hong Kong, Colombia, and it's grayscale. London, Rio de Janeiro, Saigon, New Orleans, Prague, Lisbon, Edinburgh. So that's Travel the World, and that's L.L. Winston. Okay, next are 2 from Reinert. There were 3 that I had. I kept 1. I'm destashing 2. This Floral Wonderland. This was a hope and a dream that I would enjoy florals. These Get Creative 6 books. They're some of the best books out there, in my opinion. Once I got one Get Creative 6 book, I went ham, and I got a bunch that are by Get Creative 6. If you go on their website, you'll see there's perforated pages, and there's a ton of flowers. A ton of flowers. Yeah. And I don't know what a lot of the flowers are. And I think that's part of my frustration in trying to color flowers, is I need a reference. I guess I could probably do a Google image search, like hone in on the particular flower. Not that they'd have to be realistic, but that's why I get torn, is do you do it realistic or just like fantasy? And I would probably do a lot of fantasy and probably freak a lot of people out. Because they'd be like, that doesn't look anything like a carnation or what have you. But obviously it's great paper. Great, it has slight tooth, so it's not super smooth. You could do a lot of fun things in this book because you've got the paper to do it. Some of them are simple like this, dainty. This one's cute. So yeah, this is Flower Wonderland by Reinert. And then the other one is Botanical Wonderland, another wishful thinking on my part. It is, again, the Get Creative 6. And here you have some darker fill-ins. Which could make it fun and interesting. I'm flipping quickly on some of these because, you know, you'll get the kind of design work that's in here. There's some wreaths, just so that we can get through all the books. There we go. All right, Get Creative 6 books, Botanical Wonderland, and I do believe I may have gotten these off of Amazon or eBay. One of the two, but those are Reinert, and these are the Wonderland series. Next is Color Me Enchanted. I know that I got this from Etsy. It's a coloring book of, well, I'm gonna say no, you may not be sure because I could have gotten it from eBay. Color Me Enchanted, a coloring book of fairy tales around the world by Masha de Jans and Gayla Lazuli. Color Me Enchanted. Tales from Fairy Tales Around the World. And this is one of the reasons I didn't keep it, because look at the intricacy of those flowers. This is a 2017 print. And here is the name Masha Dians and Galina Sokolova. Which that's not what that says, but just go with Masha Dians. And again, what I plan to do is if there's multiple interest in the same book, I'm going to do it in a spinning wheel on video, and then we'll see who is getting the book. Shmoo is probably alerting to the mailman. Here's Thumbelina. It was eBay because there's some coloring in here, which I didn't do. Looks like that might be marker. Lots of cats. Wizard of Oz. So it's interesting takes on some of these. The Snow Queen. Firebird from Russia. Masha and the Bear. Alice in Wonderland. The Star Maiden. The Selkie Bride. Russia, Swan Lake. Cinderella, Italy. Dragon Princess. Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Sar Sultan. So yeah, it's a very interesting book. It's Color Me Enchanted by Masha Dians. And if you find any of these were untouched books, and I'm not taking all the stickers off because I'm afraid it will peel the cover right off. So just bear that in mind. I tried to peel a few and they started to want to come up off the page with the page. This is The Mysterious Mansion by Daria Song, and this is an activity book. It has dot-to-dot coloring pages, finding the hidden images, and it's got this really cool holographic writing on it. And this is, I should tell you, so it's 8.5 by 11.5. So she's a biggin. And that's by Daria Song. Carefully observe the fantastical spaces. Imagine your own storyline while following the girl on her journey. Break the spell, complete the mission, and find the hidden items in each room. Color the empty space to complete your own mysterious mansion. So it's a very, very interesting and cool book to have in your collection. Look at that. You gotta find hidden keys. And then you have one to color, which is that page upside down. Yeah. Let's see, this one has, looks like something yellow. I don't know at some point what happened there, because I don't believe I've colored in this one. Another one to color. Dot to dots. Complete the stairs. These are gorgeous. If you can dedicate the time, these would be really gorgeous colored pages. There's some mazes. And then it has the solutions in the back, which I won't spoil for you. Okay? Mysterious Mansion, Daria Song. The next one is Herb Leonard's Dragon Nouveau coloring book. I had gotten this off of eBay, and I believe that he signed it. I believe. I want to say that he did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was it. No, yeah, it's right here. Reinert. So it's signed book in 2021. And it's lots of dragons. And it's better than Amazon paper, but it's not thick cardstock. And it's cute little dragons with little like friends here. Fetch. Dragon love. Game night. Doing some role playing. The card game. Scoundrels. The dragon with the flagon. Dragon in the cellar. So if you love dragons, you will love this book. The illustrations are amazing. And there's not too many of them. There's 18 images. And that's Dragon Nouveau by Reinert. The next one is Whimsical Architect Tiny. Coloring book by Yuri Levy. This is a 2022 book. And these are tiny little homes. You have this black paper, but it doesn't feel like the regular Amazon black backed paper. It does have the line imperfections though, some of them. But they are cute illustrations. This would be good for alcohol marker. If you like doing homes, whimsical homes. There's a guitar. Very cute. Typewriter. Fire hydrant. So you get what the theme is, and that is Whimsical Architect Tiny by Yuri Levy. Then Secret Worlds by Stephanie Law. This is a nice detailed book. This is a Get Creative 6 book. This is one of the ones that I got as a result of that. And yeah, Stephanie Law is the illustrator. Great paper, lots of detail. So if you like detailed pages, you'll love this. Have a lot of the scenes are forest related or underwater or both. You've got animals, trees, bugs, birds, all kinds of things in here. Got a teddy bear in a nest. And this is an 8.5 by 11 book. I think it's not larger. No. Underwater. So there you go. I guess there's some hidden objects in here which I never knew before. But that's Secret Worlds, A Magical Color and Search Journey. That's why there's things to search. And then Underground Abodes by Ava Brown. We have a lot of cute little critters in their home environment. Amazon paper. It's nice they have the frame. They're very cute illustrations. And there's a lot of them. Does it say how many there are? No. But look how adorable these are. And duplicates. Yeah, you have duplicate pages. I'm not much for the duplicate pages, but if you mess up, it's nice to have one you could go to. Right. So that's Underground Abodes by Ava Brown. Unicorns and Dragons by Selena Fennick. I've tried really hard to get into her books. And I just, for some reason, I just don't gravitate to them. I think part of it is the detail on an Amazon paper. I do love her illustrations, and not all of them are super detailed, but like these things here, like it's very hard to even get a fine liner in there for my eyes. And they are all named Love and Magic. I know many of you will be familiar with her work. Are there duplicates? Yes, second set of images. So it's 25 images, and there's 2 of each. So there you go. So that is Unicorns and Dragons by Selena Fennick. Then I have Magical Maidens Grayscale by Jennifer Zimmerman. Says use a blotter page. So you could get some really nice work out of these grayscale images. I have a lot of portrait books, and this is why I am letting this one go, because I do feel that the illustrations are gorgeous. I have a lot of portrait style illustrations on artist grade paper that I would reach for before I reach for these. And I still think grayscale is a good way to get started in portraits. That's not everyone's theory, but it is mine. Because it shows you the shadows and the highlights, gets you familiar. This one's beautiful. They're all beautiful. Many Maidens. Magical Maidens by Jennifer Zimmerman. And then I have Cute Mythical Creatures by Coco Wayo. This has the black backed paper that I don't care for, but there are very cute mythical creatures in here. They are the like full page scenes. To be honest, this is probably a good one to send to the Art Therapy Center because it has a lot of different mythical creatures. I'll probably save this one for the art therapy group for sure, but the reason I'm destashing it is because of the black backing paper. Once I found out that I didn't, the curling up of the pages and everything, but very cute, very, very, very cute. The next one is a Coco Wayo Dragon and Other Mythical Creatures, same thing. We have the black backing. I think I purchased these probably at the same time. So the pages are curled, but you have a lot of creatures. I'm not too much for the scary stuff, to be honest. There's not all scary stuff in here, of course, but some of the things they do in the art therapy group is color or draw your feelings in like an animal type or something. And so I thought, even though some of these can be like, maybe someone needs to scream, but they can't scream in their home. They have children, or it just wouldn't, or they live in an apartment, right? And they want to scream, and this looks like, you know, this animal is like screaming, that they could color this and it would help make them feel like they're able to say what they need to say in a screaming, yelling, hollering way, but it's not at somebody, like to get it out, to purge it. And so that's kind of my thought process behind some of these books, saying breathing fire, like you're mad. Maybe some people cannot express their feelings good, bad, or indifferent, this would be a way for someone to do that. And maybe someone just needs to color something cute and whimsical and kind, which will distract them, you know, from some things that they've been going through. So I think this is probably, both these books I probably won't offer outside of the art therapy group, because I think there's some good things that can come out of those books. And I gave them a bunch of marker sets, both alcohol and water-based, last time I was there. So Helen Elliston, Inky Ocean. This is a 2015 book, and there's 7 hidden keys apparently. And the illustrations have a lot of small area, and it's on Amazon paper. And you have this cut off here that I'm not thrilled about in books. Here, let me give you a closer look. They're neat, inky illustrations. Yeah. Here's a bottle. It's giving you prompts many times. This might also be a good one to send to therapy with the prompts. Unlock the chest. Yeah, I think I'll probably save this one for art therapy. That would be fun for someone just to do some mindless coloring of bubbles. Yeah, I think that's going to go to the art therapy place. Dragon Life by Deborah Muller. I never got into Deborah Muller. I don't know. Maybe I was just too late to the game, and I don't know. I actually prefer her animal illustrations to portraits. But I think because I never picked up the book, I just decided, you know, either decide you are or you aren't. They are really sweet illustrations. And I know some of you really love Deborah Muller, and you might like this book. They're very cute. So yeah, that's Dragon Life by Deborah Muller. And this Soraia, book 1 by Kristina McAllister. This is a 2019 book. Grayscale. This is from www.gypsymystery.com. Definitely cute images in here, whimsical and fun. I know I pulled this out several times to put it in my monthly coloring, and I just wound up not gravitating to it. And for whatever reason I didn't, so I just have to trust my gut. But they are very cute. Some very dark grayscale going on some of these pages, and some lighter than others, but it is very cute. Amazon paper. And she has some other books. So that's Kristina McAllister, Kristina with a C, Soraia. And then Tatiana Bogima-Stolova, the Vintage Classic Coloring, page number 3. I can tell you why, because of the black backing. I ordered the 4 through 11 books because it's hardcover. Well, you can choose hardback or paperback. I chose hardback since it's a thick book for my shelves. That will replace some of these books that I had from her with the black backing. I just don't care for it. Doesn't mean that the illustrations aren't pretty. Sure many of you are familiar with her work, but yeah, that is the Vintage Classic Coloring Pages number. And I think we'll go ahead and take a break so I can charge my phone and get ready for the next segment. See you in a flash. Okay, next on the list are these Watercolor with Me books. I have 3 of them. I have done a couple of the illustrations, but I'm not terribly fond of the paper. it tends to, here's one that I did. And these are by Dana Fox, the Watercolor with Me in the Ocean. I did this whale. And you really can't tell so much on this one. But let me see if there's another one that I did. Here's the mermaid. There's just a lot of pilling on this paper. And I found it not too easy. Okay, they're easy illustrations, and they're a great introduction to watercolor. Let me just start by saying that. It gives you the colors to use. It has the name of what colors to use, your supplies, and they're small illustrations, so they're good. But I just didn't find the paper to be that great, and so that's why I'm destashing these books. But they are a great way to introduce yourself. If you have not worked much with watercolor, I would recommend this book for that, but just know that for being a watercolor book, it is watercolor type paper, but you will get a lot of dotting. To be very spare, you use your watercolor very sparingly when you do work in them, but it is a great book to start out with. And it teaches you like ink and wash, different, you know, tips and tricks of the trade, if you will. And there's a cute little manatee. And this has only the lamp black. And it gives you all the instructions on how to do it. So I think these are great books for beginners. And there's In the Forest. I did some of these in videos with you all. Here is some of the dotting that happens on the paper. And you can see it warps a little bit sometimes. And you have the illustrations on the left for this one. Again, it gives you all the colors. It's the same format. I did these flowers and this acorn. Again, you can see a lot of the dotted areas here. But there's In the Forest, and then In the Jungle is the smaller of the three. Here at the beginning, wet on wet, wet on dry. So it does teach you these techniques. Here's a flower that I did. You can see that the paper has curled. It does go through to the next page. But you still have a lot of illustrations, and I do think it's great for beginners. So that is these three Watercolor with Me. They're thick books. So I think they would be great for someone who is starting out in watercolor. Then we're going to the Mythographic series. I had a lot of Mythographics, and I am destashing some of them and keeping the ones I really, really, really love. Here is Mythographic Dream Garden by Fabiana Attanasio. I have torn out 3 pages in this book that I did. I'm sure there's many flip-throughs of this book online. You can go to Instagram, Mythographic Dream Garden, as a hashtag, and see a bunch of these pages finished for inspiration. Lots of flowers is one of the reasons that I didn't care for this one as much as others, but they are beautiful nonetheless. That gives you an idea. That is Dream Garden. And then Enchanted Castles by Fabiana Attanasio. Of course, you have all of your castle theme, like these. Look at all that fine liner detail you'd need to do. Lots and lots of little details. Which again, I'm a detail colorist. I do like to do it, but I need to be able to see it real good. This is great for space number. Again, how I was going about destashing these is that I need to love 75% at least 50 to 75% of the images, like that I would definitely want to color. And although there are some in here that I would, there's enough that I would not. So this is the Mythographic Enchanted Castles by Fabiana Attanasio. This is Dreamweaver by Alessandra Fuzzi. This is a neat dragon. Yeah, all these little tiny little flowers. Whew, that would give some polychromas a workout. I always wanted to do this one. So there you go. That is Dreamweaver by Alessandra Fuzzi. And then Voyage by Joseph Kattenbang. This was one that I struggled to destash. So I do like a lot of the pages in here, but I need to love them. I also had to decipher, was I not pulling them off of my shelf because I just didn't have time to color them, or was I ignoring them for other reasons? This one was a tough one to decide to destash because it's got a lot of sweet images in it. So you get the idea. That's Voyage by Joseph Kattenbang. And then Illusion by Diego Basberg. Lots of flowers. This one's really cool. And I love these illustrators. I just was not gravitating to them. So there you go. That is Illusion by Diego Basberg. And then Labyrinth by Joseph Kattenbang. A lot of cool images in here too. I kept flipping through this to put it in my monthly pages. And would choose pages and then wouldn't color them. Yeah, I just had to go with my gut. It is a very neat book, though. This one was one I really wanted to do. But I figured if I really wanted to do one, was I going to do 10 in a book? That's kind of how I was looking at it. I know I keep repeating that, but perhaps I need to so that I can be okay with destashing some of these. No, truly, I've gone through them several times, so if I wasn't ready, I wouldn't do the video. So that's Labyrinth by Joseph Kattenbang. So those are all the Mythographic. This is the Art Therapy Mini Block 4 Seasons, 60 colorages. And here we go. They are very cute. I just didn't find myself being drawn to this book over other Disney books that I have. So there are no numbers in this one, just straight coloring. Shmoo. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to bark. Love Moana. Shmoo. Trying to get him to not have a barking session. So there you go. You get the idea. It's 4 Seasons Hatchet Heroes mini block. And then I got the Mysterious Unicorn mini block. There's 48 in here. Well, it says 50, but it says 48 here. And they're T90, but you only have a few colors. And I can't do the T90. It's too small for these eyes. And in case you want to look away, I will show some of the solutions. Here we go. Very cute unicorns. Yeah, very, very interesting book. It's too tiny for my eyes. So that's Mysterious Unicorns mini block. And then I have 2 Disney Thomas Kincaid Studios. This is the Disney Princess, and this is, doesn't give the specific. I love Thomas Kincaid. It's why I got the books. But again, I was not gravitating to coloring these. And I've seen so many colorists do these justice. And so I know they can turn out beautifully. Love Lion King. Pinocchio, Bambi, Dumbo, Winnie the Pooh. I think if I could full-time color and that's all I do, then I would probably keep these books. Especially because I do love Thomas Kincaid. I used to collect his plates years ago. But I have family, I have grandchildren, I have chronic illness, so I don't have all the time every day to color, so I'm having to be selective and be realistic with myself. I love this one. Yeah. So this one is, they're both the Dreams collection, but this one, let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't give a title like Disney Princess coloring book. So you would have to decipher between the two on the form. And here are Disney Princesses. Beautiful Castle, Beauty and the Beast. I like how they have down here, like Princess and the Frog. It's the Snow White Cottage. Aladdin, Snow White, Pocahontas. They're absolutely stunning. Cinderella Dancing in the Starlight. This one looks like, I may have gotten this one off of eBay because I know I didn't color in these books. And that looks like marker. So buyer beware, there's one in there that has some marker in it. Could probably go over that with acrylic. Look how stunning that is. So yeah, there's the 2 Disney Thomas Kincaid books. And then I have an extra Peter Pan by Fabiano Attanasio book. I have I think the one that I don't have is Wizard of Oz, but I have the other ones, and this was an extra I had gotten off of eBay. And I'm sure you all are familiar with these pages. Nana. It's a gorgeous book. I love this book. But I don't need 2. And it still has the poster inside here. I love this one. I really want to do that one. I did this one. I'll show you all real quick. Actually, I do have the Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz. I thought I didn't. But here's my copy, and here is my Peter Pan, which I did inks for the background, and then this is pastel, and all the rest are glitter markers, metallic markers, and glaze pens, and then neon acrylic. And this was a really fun page. And then I have flecks of the Winsor & Newton gold and white inks. So yeah, you can do a lot of fun things in this book. So that's Peter Pan by Fabiano Attanasio. And then I have two of these books. The Art Therapy, I have 100 images to inspire Disney Princess, and then Frozen. And I got these off of eBay. These have the cardboard covers and backings. And these books are large. This is an 8 by 11.5. And you have quite a few wallpaper pages in these, which is some of the deterrent for me. But then you have these beautiful pages here. Little Mermaid. For me, there was just too many of the wallpaper with some illustrations. So that is the Disney Princess one, and then here is the Frozen one. Same concept. That one's really pretty, both of those, but lots of wallpaper. I think they could have done without, made a smaller book, less wallpaper. Here's one that was colored already when I got the book. So they can look pretty, the wallpaper pages. Whoever did this did a nice job. And the paper is decent in these books. That's a beautiful page. And the castle. Very pretty. So that is Frozen and Disney Princess. Dark art. I have Gothica, and this one doesn't have a title, and the Supernatural. Because I like detailed books, I got these by Francois Gauthier. These books, by the way, are 8.5 by 7. Yeah, 7 by 8.5. So this is Gothica. They're just, many of them are just too small for my eyes. That's the main reason for me not working out of them. Very tiny. Lots of little tiny things. So that's the Gothica. This one is the Skull Guy. The paper is nice in here. It's nice and thick. It's smooth. But again, the details are just so tiny. I think I did do one in here. This one. I forget all what I put on here, but it really wasn't a finished. I mean, I let it be finished. And I can tear this out if you want me to. But yeah, I was trying out some different mediums, doing a mixed media page on here. But this is what this one looks like. And I know that Candace from Happy Catastrophe, I think she has a group that's coloring out of dark art books. This is the Supernatural. Candace, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if it was someone else that started it, but here are some of the images from this one. If I didn't have the difficulty with my eyes, I probably would have kept these, but for Halloween time. But I know some of you like to color this stuff all year round, and it would be of more use. This one has where I tried to take that tape off. So those are the 3 dark art. There's Supernatural, the one with no name, and Gothica, and that's by Francois Gautier. So this is a sinister coloring book, a horror coloring book, and this is also a horror coloring book. Let's go to these books. These are 2 by Peggy Jo Ackley, and these books are, let's see, 8 by 8.5. No, 8.5 by 8.5, sorry. This is Florabella, Peggy Jo Ackley. This has nice paper in it. It's very smooth. Lots of florals. And they give you area to write if you wanted to journal in here too. Double-sided. But for instance, if you did this page and you didn't want to journal, it could be a one-sided. I loved the paper in these books. That was the attraction. But you all know how I feel about the florals. I'd gotten this on eBay through Thrift Books, and this one as well. This is Belle Jardin. And this has a lot of veggies, fruits, gardening. And this one has, let's see, someone scribbled through this when I got it. So I don't know if I'm really, let me try. Let me see if it's pencil. Let me go back to one of those pages that's, I need to charge that. This does look like it's pencil, but it doesn't want to come off too easily. Yeah, it looks like a kid was in here. So I don't know if I'll offer this one since it's been colored on or colored in. I remember contacting eBay about them saying that this was a new book, but it had been colored in. So Florabella for sure is good. That's not been colored in. This one has been the Belle Jardin, but you can make up your mind whether or not you would want to work through those pages or tear them out. Paul Brun by, well, that's the illustrator, and it's Amazon. And this is a beautiful book. This is a 9.5 by 9.5. And beautiful florals. Just not my favorite to color. I love the animals. Beautiful animals. Gorgeous. So that's Amazon by Paula Brun. And then I was going to try a Millie Murata's Brilliant Beast book, because I do like Zendoodly type books, but I never gravitated towards it after all. And so if this is something you'd be interested in, it has great paper, but it is double-sided. There are some wallpaper pages. These can be colored beautifully. I really wanted to get into Millie Murata because I thought it would be lots of fun. I just found other books I liked better in the Zendoodle theme. Eventually, I'm going to do a video about the books that I've kept, so my collection. And you'll see what I chose over these books. Not that it means that one's better than the other, just personal preference. So that's Brilliant Beast by Millie Murata. And then Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. This was more of an impulse purchase because I love Pride and Prejudice, the book and movie. Great paper, double-sided, and it goes through the story. Those wallpaper pages in here. It's a nice clock page. So yeah, it's the story of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I have the Green Witches coloring book, illustrated by Sarah Richard. And this was a September 2023 book. There are a lot of beautiful pages in here. This is 9.5 by 9.5. Again, a lot of flowers, leaves, so it gives you an idea what this book is like. Has beautiful paper in it. The Green Witches coloring book by Sarah Richard. Then The Epic World of Tolkien. I really wanted this book. It has very smooth paper and double-sided. And I thought that I would really want to do like marker work in here. But since it's double-sided, not so much. And I couldn't see myself just using pencil in this book, so that's why I'm saying no to it. But it has a lot of cool scenes in here, and it says in here like the Princess of Doriath, the Second People Men, so it gives you a title at the bottom. Lots of really, really neat images. It's a nice thick book. Scenes, portraits, some really cool stuff in it. Yeah, really cool. So that's The Epic World of Tolkien. Then Amelie Chen did Wonderland, inspired by Alice's Adventures. And this is a 2015 book. We have smooth, double-sided paper again. I almost got into this book. Almost. And then there were just too many pages I wouldn't do in here. So but some really cool scenery as well. This one I believe I got this one off of, I didn't know if Amazon was still carrying it. I got it through there or eBay as new. That's Wonderland by Amelie Chen. Then Time Garden by Daria Song. This is, all these are going to be in the same range, 9.5 by 9.5 square. Again, white smooth paper, double-sided. And I have some of her other books that I chose to keep over these. Or this one in particular, but it's really cute. And it tells you the titles of the pages in the back. That's Time Garden, A Magical Journey and Coloring Book by Daria Song. And then I know I got this from eBay. It's Vogue Colors A to Z, a fashion coloring book. And this one's really cool. Designed by Alberto Orta. It's a 2016 book. Just looking here real quick. So there's quite a few artists' illustrations. The front and back flap illustrations are Olga Thomas. And then there are other artists in here. There are a couple that were colored. I think, let's see that one. But it goes through the letters. If you like fashion, it's great paper. Double-sided though. It's thick paper. So it looks like that was the only. And here are some of these colored ones. This is the front page, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, the only colored one is this one. You could probably go over that with acrylic and do something with that. That's the only page that is colored in this. But yeah, it's a pretty cool book and it's different. Something different. Then I have here Renata Krosick, Underwater Worlds. It's a Get Creative 6 book. Fantastic paper. And everything is single-sided and underwater. You have smooth paper. Mermaids, shells, narwhals, dolphins. There's an octopus. It's a very cute book, but I have several underwater books. I'm trying to limit that. So that gives you an idea on the Underwater Worlds coloring book by Renata Krosick. And then I have two here from Marcos Chin, Fairies in Wonderland and Mermaids in Wonderland. Again, another underwater with mermaids. Double-sided. Cute illustrations. Some strange faces. There's turtles. Let's see what this one is. Oops. Again, I have plenty of Zen Doodly books and Underworld. But this is cool. You've got black backgrounds and white backgrounds. This is the mermaids version, and then this is the fairies, which I mentioned I love fairies. I do have some other fairy books. Again, you have some of these interesting faces. Lots of fun things you can do. Gel crayons will work really well in these books. Oil pastels, colored pencils, of course. It is smooth paper. And then you have your black backgrounds in the back. So that's Fairies in Wonderland. Next one is Princess and Fairy by Tomoko Toshiro. I did get this off Etsy. This is super like glossy, smooth paper, double-sided. Tons of flowers. We have the frog prints. It's just, look at all the flowers. Gorgeous. I know someone can make that look fabulous. Just too many flowers for your girl. Just too many. You can do like water, washes and, things. There's things you can do. I just didn't want to do them. So that is your Princess and Fairy coloring book. And then the Kanoko Igusa books, Garden of Fairy Tale Animals and Kingdom of Curious Creatures. The third one I kept, the Symphony of Cute Animals, is it? Here's Garden of Fairy Tale Animals. You have your, the paper is smooth. And I'm sure you all are, but look at all those flowers. Paper is smooth, double-sided, as you can see. Just lots of flowers. Very cute animals, of course. I've seen this one done by several colorists, and it's very beautiful. Many of these pages. So that's what the Garden of Fairy Tale Animals looks like. And then the Kingdom of Curious Creatures fairy tale book. We have some ducks, rabbits, cats, lambs, bees, all different kinds of animals. Mainly cats and rabbits, I'd say. Prairie dogs, owls. Look. Very cute. It is a gorgeous book. I just decided to keep one out of the 3. I can love an artist, but not have all of their books. That's Kristina 2025, except for a few. Now, I have some Johanna Basford books, but the caveat to it is, I think I colored a couple in Secret Garden. Was this book always this cream colored? Perhaps. 2013. Let me just show you, because I'm sure you're familiar with the book. But I had started in here with some gel pen. This was very early on. Like, this was May 2022, Kristina. Or earlier even. And you see I avoided the flowers even back then. Here's a flower page. This I did a bunch of markers. I have some bleed through here, it looks like. Some gel pens. I mean, to me it's like a hot mess. But those are... And then I did the bug page, and that's Mod Podge glitter on top. So that page I like. So there's a page, attempted, a whip, and then the bug page and the flower page. Otherwise, it's a clean book. So there's Secret Garden. There's Lost Ocean. I believe I did the snakes page. That one I liked. I was doing some knockoff stickles on these, and I did not finish. So there's that. And some of like the glue, because it was fake stickles. Some of the residue is under here. And then I did this page, which looks like there's been some smearing. I don't think I was spraying my pages back then. That was very early. Again, this was 2022, early 22. Yeah. And then this page, which is only half of this one. So I'm not sure if anybody would be interested. If you're not interested because I colored in it, it's no problem. These could go to the Art Therapy Center. I'll just take the pages I colored in out. In Magical Jungle, I did this page. Again, that was 2022. I think that's the only page I did in here. Yeah. So that's the one page. Again, I can tear that out. I know her books are pretty easily gotten these days, but yeah, I could still tear that page out. But yeah, that's early coloring. And then Worlds of Wonder, I think I have did this owl page again early on, because Johanna Basford was it in the beginning. And then here's one I didn't finish. Actually, that page is coming out. This one was a whip. I think probably, unless someone just really desires to have these books, this even just came out. I could maybe save that. This was fun. I did a stencil. There's Mod Podge glitter on there. That was my answer if I didn't like the page. These were gel crayon little things. It's fun to look back on some of that stuff. But I think I probably will give these Johanna Basford books to the art therapy, because I'm sure you all would want a book that doesn't have my early coloring in it. In fact, this one's coming out too. Yeah. Plus there's smudging. These were my practice books, basically. Yeah, I don't think I want to offer this to anybody. Subscriber-wise, I think they could probably, you know, do some of these pages in the art therapy realm. But I don't think they need my whips or pages that I previously did. Even this one is discolored. There. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do to this one as well. I'll just take, if it comes out easy, I'll do it, but I don't want to tear. This one's in there a little better. Do I dare? Just do a light scoring. Okay. There. Everybody should be introduced to Johanna Basford and see if they like her illustrations. I'll take this out. Let's just be a keeper. Oh, ripping it. I don't want to break the binding necessarily, but get this page out. And then I can take a paper cutter and fix that. There we go. Take out these pages. There we go. Kept the binding intact. I forgot that was this one too. That one came out easy. I think I might even take out that one. light pressure does the job. Okay. Do we still have a book intact? We do. Okay. So, Lost Ocean. And Magical Jungle. World Within Worlds. Secret Garden. There we go. And the book page. It's because of that Mod Podge. I can cut off the edge of that, actually. Okay. That way I can keep my bug page. This one has bleed through. There we go. Okay. All right, so restored these books into not colored in. I think I'll definitely give those to art therapy. I'm sure anyone that has enjoys Johanna Basford has her books. I did get her newer books, and I do like those better than the early ones. And I'm more advanced than these pages here, so I enjoy coloring in them more. But I think that's it. I think we've destashed all these. Oh no, I do have one more stack. Sorry. I have William Shakespeare by Odessa Begay. And we have white paper, double-sided. It's also an, let's see here, 9.5 by 9.5 book. Double-sided, white, smooth paper. And it's got a bunch of Shakespeare stuff in it. It's a cool book, too. That wasp page. So that's the William Shakespeare by Odessa Begay. This Enchanted Creatures I was given by Lolita Iyer. Again, I have so many Zen Doodly kind of books. This one's a hybrid. There's some Zen Doodly and some not. And it's good, smooth, thicker paper. Really cute designs. I have several books similar to this. I did color one on film. I based it anyway. This one here. Other than that, it's uncolored. So there's this one, Enchanted Creatures by Lolita Iyer. And I have an extra Annie Day. I just happened to get two. This is the A Soft Living Coloring Book Standard Edition. And you all have seen Annie Day. So cute. I need to work more out of this book. My granddaughter and I were doing this book. But she has come off of coloring a little bit. So we'll see if she comes back to it. But that's Annie Day. And then I have World of Fairies by Sarah Burrier. I have her Portrait of a Mermaid book. And this is her fairy book from 2018. And we have white one-sided paper. And there's beautiful illustrations in here. Do have thin paper, but it is one-sided. That one's really cool. So there you go. That is World of Fairies by Sarah Burrier. And then I have Lacy Sunshine's Christmas with the Sunshine Tots Coloring Book, Volume 43. 50 beautiful pages, and there are 2 each with 5 more individual pages. And they're really cute. And the duplicates are right after one another. They're super sweet. Look at this one. It's a fun book. And I have a lot of whimsical books. And I have another one of her books, so. But this is the Christmas one. So that gives you an idea of what her style is like. And that is Lacy Sunshine's Christmas with the Sunshine Tots by Heather Valentin. And then I have Happy Cat Sweet Colors by Angela Gonzalez. These, I have like the Sea of Colors and a couple of the other ones, so I didn't need the cat ones too. And you do have to fight this paper because it's very, very, very thin. It feels thinner than even regular Amazon paper, but the illustrations are so cute. In fact, this is probably one that I'm going to include in the art therapy stash, so that one won't be on offer. And then I have The Flower Year by Lila Dooley, hardback book, not broken in yet, and we have a lot of flowers. You see, I went through a period where I was like, I'm going to get over my not enjoying coloring flowers. I'm going to get over it, and I do color illustrations with flowers in them, but a book strictly about flowers. Just very difficult for me to love 75% of the pages. But it tells you what they are. That was one of the reasons why I got it, because it did tell you what type of flower. But it goes through the seasons, through the months, and it has this here, this ribbon, and I'll tell you it's, let me just, there's something on there. Sometimes I wonder what happens to these books when they're just on the shelf and haven't gotten any use. Oh, I was gonna measure. It is 6 and what was that? 6 3/4 by 9. So that is The Flower Year. And I think that's finally it. So yeah, I'd say there's about 100, 80 to 100 books here. So we did a good job, all of us. And again, if you've gotten to the end of the video, and me messing with my mat, it tends to be a thing, like my clean area. If you're interested in any of the books that I have not designated specifically, that is going to the Art Therapy Outpatient Center, then do fill out the Google Docs form. I'm going to need that in order to make some sense out of all of this if you're interested. And then if I have multiple
requests for certain books, then we'll do a wheel. I'll come on video and I'll put your names in a wheel, and we'll see who winds up with the book. All right. Obviously, it would be helpful if you all paid for shipping, because I have a feeling that there's going to be quite a few of you individuals wanting some of these books. So that would be super helpful if you would do that. We can work out the details amongst us, but that's why I am going to have your email on the form, your full name, and if you wind up being the selection of the book, if there's multiple interests in the book, then I will ask for address and we'll discuss details about shipping. All right. So if you have any questions, do leave some down in the comments. Let me know what you think about me destashing these books. Be kind in the comments if you can. 99% of you always are. But yeah, I really needed to do some cleaning up of my stash, and I feel like a big load is off my shoulders, having kept books that either I didn't work in enough or I was not gravitating to, and I'll be happy for them to go to new homes, new areas, someone else to love on them, and that'll make me happy, that'll make you happy. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's super long. I had to get through a lot of books, but I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to fill out the forms. Bye-bye. Take care. Happy coloring!